My brother hasn't spoken to me in 4 months. No calls, no texts, not even a reaction to a family group chat message. Just complete silence from someone I grew up with, shared a bedroom with for 12 years, and considered one of my closest people in the world. And the reason he's not speaking to me is because I told his wife the truth. I want to be clear about something before I get into this. I did not go looking for what I found. I did not snoop. I did not have any agenda going in. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I saw something I was never supposed to see. And then, I had to decide what to do with it. Welcome back to the Untold Verdict, where every story has two sides, and you're the judge. Today's story is about loyalty, honesty, and the moment you realize those two things can pull you in completely opposite directions. Let's get into it. My brother's name is Daniel. He is 3 years older than me. We grew up close, the kind of close where you cover for each other automatically, where you don't even have to think about it. He got me out of trouble more times than I can count when we were kids. I did the same for him. He met his wife, Sarah, about 6 years ago. They got married 4 years ago. I was his best man. I gave a speech. I meant every word of it. I liked Sarah. I still like Sarah. She's warm and funny, and she makes my brother genuinely happy. Or I thought she did. And I thought he felt the same way about her. This story starts on a Thursday evening about 5 months ago. I was meeting a friend for dinner at a restaurant about 20 minutes from my apartment. Nothing special, just a casual catch-up, somewhere we'd been a couple of times before. I got there early, found a table near the back, ordered a drink, and started looking at my phone. And then I looked up. My brother was sitting at a table on the other side of the restaurant. Not unusual on its own. It's not a big city. People run into each other. Except he wasn't alone. He was with a woman I had never seen before. And the way they were sitting, leaning toward each other, laughing quietly, her hand on the table close to his, was not the way you sit with a coworker or an old friend. I sat very still for probably 2 full minutes. Part of me wanted to believe there was an explanation. That this was someone from work. That I was misreading the body language. That there was something completely innocent happening that I was turning into something it wasn't. But I know my brother. I have known him my entire life. And I have never in my life seen him look at someone the way he was looking at her. I did not go over. I texted my friend, said something came up, and I left before either of them saw me. I drove home and sat in my car in the parking garage for about 20 minutes, just staring at nothing. I called him the next morning. Casual. Asked how he was doing, what he'd been up to, whether he wanted to grab lunch that weekend. He said he'd been at home all week, tired from work, nothing exciting going on. I didn't push it. I said, okay, let's do lunch next week. And I hung up. And then I sat with what I knew for 3 weeks. 3 weeks of family dinners where I watched him sit next to Sarah and laugh at her jokes and refill her glass and act completely normal. 3 weeks of watching her trust him completely without any idea that trust might not be deserved. 3 weeks of knowing something she didn't know and feeling the weight of it every single time I was in the same room as both of them. I tried to talk myself out of it every single day. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe I was about to blow up my entire family over a misread dinner scene. But I kept coming back to one thing. If the situation were reversed, if it were Sarah sitting with another man in that restaurant looking at him the way Daniel was looking at that woman, would I want someone to tell me? Yes. Without question. Immediately. I called Daniel one more time first. I gave him the chance to tell me himself. I told him I needed to talk to him about something and Asked if we could meet up, just the two of us. He said sure and suggested the following Saturday. On Wednesday, before that Saturday ever came, Sarah called me. She was upset, not angry, more like confused and trying not to cry. She said Daniel had been distant for weeks, that something felt wrong and she couldn't figure out what it was, that he kept saying everything was fine, but she could feel that it wasn't. She said she was calling me because she trusted me, and she thought maybe I might know if something was going on with him. I held the phone and said nothing for a long moment. And then I made the decision that changed everything. I didn't tell her everything. I told her what I saw. Just what I saw. The restaurant, the woman, the way they were sitting together. I told her I didn't know what it meant, but that I couldn't lie to her when she was asking me directly if something was wrong. She was quiet for a very long time. Then she said, "Thank you," and she hung up. Daniel called me 2 hours later. I've never heard my brother sound the way he sounded on that call. Not angry, past angry, cold in a way I didn't recognize. He told me I had no idea what I'd done, that I had seen something completely out of context and jumped to a conclusion and gone behind his back to his wife without coming to him first. I told him I had tried to come to him first, that I had called him and asked to meet, and he had pushed it to Saturday. He said that wasn't good enough, that I should have waited, that I had no right to interfere in his marriage. I asked him one question. I asked him to tell me who the woman was. He hung up. That was 4 months ago. He has not spoken to me since. My parents know something happened between us, but neither Daniel nor I have told them the full story. Sarah and Daniel are apparently still together, still working through it, from what I've heard through other family members. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he ended whatever it was. I don't know if she forgave him. I don't know if she's staying because she wants to, or because she feels she has to. What I know is this. She called me and asked me directly if something was wrong, and I could not look her in the eye, even through a phone, and tell her nothing was. Maybe I was wrong to tell her. Maybe I should have waited for Saturday and given Daniel the chance to explain himself first. Maybe what I saw really was out of context, and I set off a grenade in my brother's marriage over nothing. But he still won't tell me who she was, and that silence tells me everything I need to know. So, here is your verdict. Was I right to tell Sarah what I saw? Or should I have gone to my brother first and given him the chance to come clean himself? And if you were Daniel, would you have told me who she was? Drop your verdict in the comments. I read every single one, and I genuinely want to know which side you land on. And if stories like this one hit different for you, the kind that stay with you long after they're over, then you're exactly who this channel is for. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week I bring you a new story. Real situations, real people, real consequences. No filler, no fluff. Just the kind of story you can't stop thinking about. We're just getting started on the untold verdict, and the best stories are still coming. This has been the Untold Verdict. Every side of the story. You decide.